Well, in case you didn't know this, and I'm not sure how, Patrick Cantlay has been playing phenomenal golf. And this weekend, he is the betting favorite to win the Pebble Beach Pro-Am. Chris, here's maybe what you didn't know about Patrick Cantlay. Up until the American Express, he went 5 months without a round in the 70s. Did you know that?
I've done that many times. I've gone many months without a round in the 70s.
Just on the other side, in that span, Patrick Cantlay also won 2 events, finished in the top 5 3 times. Taking a look at the odds to win this week, Patrick Cantlay again is the betting favorite, followed by Daniel Berger, who won this event last year. Then Jason Day, who hasn't had a win since 2018, finished T3 this past weekend at the Farmers Insurance Open. I will mention Will Zalatoris was in there. He is no longer playing because he has tested positive for COVID. Here's more from Michael Breed previewing the event and who he thinks will win.
Thanks, Amanda. You know, this is always a fun week. This first, we all love Pebble Beach. We love the Pro-Am. We love getting a chance to see all the things that are taking place out there. And I think really it kind of gets us excited for what some of us up in the Northeast are looking forward to, which is the game of golf and green grass. We're tired of the snow. I know you guys love it down there. Up here, not so much. But let me tell you a couple of the individuals that I'm looking at this week. First of all, I think Jason Day is going to have another great week. He's coming off of an opportunity to win for the first time in a long time at Torrey Pines. And with this swing alteration that he says he feels very comfortable with, he made 2 poor swings coming down the stretch on the 16th hole on that par 3 where left hole location. He's trying to cut the ball, and he knows he needs to get on top of it, and he just couldn't do it. That came up short. He ends up making a bogey there, and then he ends up bogeying 17 with a similar situation and a poor swing, and he talked about that. But you know what? In order for you to get back into the winner's circle, you have to put yourself in that position. Jason Day did that last week, and I think he's going to do it again at a place where he feels very, very comfortable. He finished 7th last year here and has 8 top 10s in the total times that he's played here. So this is a golf course. This is an arena where he feels very comfortable. There's nobody better, in my opinion, in a Pro-Am than Jason Day. So I've got my eye on him as well. I think Justin Rose is going to have a good week, but Jason Day is the guy I got my eye on. Now, who do I think is going to win? How do you say no to Patrick Cantlay? This is a guy who finished 3rd last week. He's played in this event 5 prior times, and he has never missed a cut. So I think he's, again, very, very comfortable here. He's had a chance to win. Daniel Berger edged him out last year, but I think the combination of his comfort on this golf course and these golf courses, as well as the level that he's playing at, and the field itself is not a great field. I just think Patrick Cantlay is going to get it done. So I think he's going to be the guy that I'm looking for this week, and I think it's going to be a good week. Now, one of the most important shots that the players are going to face, and one of the hardest shots for you at home, is an in-between wedge. We're on the 14th hole. Yeah, I know many of you have seen the 17th hole or the 18th hole. You look at all these great holes at Pebble, but you forget about this 3rd shot at 14, the par 5. Now, what happens here is if you don't drive it in the fairway, if the wind is blowing in your face, you're not going to be able to reach this green in 2, and you're going to end up with a shot here that's an in-between shot. 50, 60, 70 yards. We got about a 70-yard shot here to this whole location. What you can see, what's so challenging about this is you can't see the bottom of the flag, and that can create a little doubt. Now, how do we go about executing a partial shot? Well, what happens to many of you when you have a partial wedge is you stand over the shot, you don't move the body at all, you're just moving your arms and your hands, and you stab the club into the ground, and it just doesn't move the ball at all, and it comes up short in the bunker, and you end up making a double bogey. Here's what you have to do, and here's what you're going to see these great players do when they hit these partial wedges, which they're phenomenal at. Their bodies move and they maintain width. Jason Day is probably the very best at this, in my opinion. He doesn't have a lot of wrist set. His body is moving thoroughly. His arms are really making a good wide motion. And what that allows him to do is allow the club to move along the ground instead of stabbing into the ground. So you kind of feel like your hands are staying in front of your chest. The body is rotating back and through when you hit that shot. Now, when you start thinking about, okay, now I've got to dial in the distance. How am I going to hit this 70-yard shot? How do I get precisely 70 yards. Well, practice is one of those big things. But the other thing is making sure that you hang on to this angle of the trail elbow and let it go on the far side here. So the body is going to rotate through, and then this elbow is just going to extend. So 70-yard shot. Here it is. Got to make birdie. Oh, I like it a lot. Don't spin too much. I got about 12 feet. That's how you're going to end up playing those partial wedge shots. That's what you're going to see this week at Pebble Beach. And again, keep your eye on Jason Day. I like his chances, but Cantlay's going to win.
And for more from Michael Breed, check out his show. Yes, his own show. It is a very, very helpful and informative and a lot of insight there. Of course, Record with Michael Breed on CBS Sports Network on Mondays. Let's welcome in the host of the First Cut podcast, Rick Gehman. Rick, a lot different this year than it was last year. We didn't have celebs, we didn't have amateurs. We're back to 3 courses and a 54-hole cut. With all of that said, who is your pick to win this week?
Yeah, I'm going with Cameron Tringale this week, and it's always terrifying to bet a guy to win who has never won on the PGA Tour, but that's where we are. In fact, Cameron Tringale holds the unique distinction of making more money than anybody on the PGA Tour in history, over $14 million, without ever earning a victory. We'll see if he's able to fix that this week, and he's been playing well. His last 5 events, he has 3 top 10 finishes. I followed him around at Torrey Pines in the final round last week, and he went eye to eye, toe to toe with Jon Rahm, beat him by a shot. He's getting more comfortable in pressure situations, and it's only a matter of time before Cameron Tringale adds a victory to his resume. I think he gets it done here at the Pebble Beach Pro-Am.
What about a top prop if I want to make some money here? What's a good one?
Yeah, top props. So here's one I don't usually get into, but it's the winning margin. How about exactly 2 shots for 3.5 times your money? And this event, Amanda, is very unique, and it does not create a lot of playoffs or really close finishes at all. In fact, this event has only gone to a playoff once in the last 28 years. It has been a multiple shot victory in 9 of the last 11, and it's really because of the format that we have. When you have 54 holes that are spread out on 3 different golf courses, there's going to be weather that impacts one wave and not another wave. There's going to be 1 course or 2 courses that play easier or harder than the others, and it's really just going to create a huge range of scores. And by the time we get to the final round on Sunday, somebody is likely to be multiple shots clear, and if it is multiple shots clear, the most likely outcome is a 2-shot victory, and getting the price that you are at plus 350 is certainly worth that wager.
Rick, I know your latest podcast is all about DFS advice. I would like to blame Tom Brady officially retiring. I have not been able to make it through, so please give us your advice here. DFS goodbyes for this week.
Yeah, fair enough. A little bit of news for Tom Brady retiring. I guess you should be covering that. Here's 2 good buys for this week. One is Brandon Harkins. Brandon Harkins actually won the Korn Ferry Tour event last week, and a lot of the time after a victory, you'd have to quickly turn around, go to your next tour stop. It's just kind of a hectic situation, but that event ended last Wednesday, so he's had plenty of time to get to Pebble Beach. He is a Bay Area native. He's played well in this region. He's played well at this event in the past, and he's only $7,100 on DraftKings. The other one, Min-Woo Lee, he's the 51st ranked player in the world, primarily plays on the DP World Tour. That's the tour formerly known as the European Tour. And what we saw from him last summer, winning the Scottish Open, that field is going to be basically twice as difficult as the field that he gets this week. I think he is certainly a solid buy that most people are not going to know about.
All right, other side of that, who do we want to avoid when it comes to DFS?
This is the segment that makes me look silly. Here are a couple of guys to avoid. I think Jordan Spieth is one. He has been absolutely phenomenal at Pebble Beach over his career, but he is literally in the worst 7-event stretch of his career. He has lost over 30 strokes to the field in just his last 7 events. The game looks completely off. I don't know if just the magic of rolling up to Pebble Beach is going to be able to fix that. And Maverick McNeely, who literally has a home on Pebble Beach, has played it countless times, has 2 consecutive top 5 finishes. The fade here on McNeely is the fact that he is likely to be incredibly popular. He is going to be one of the highest owned golfers on the slate, and when you combine that with one of the highest price tags that we've ever seen on Maverick McNeely, I always know that golf is random, golf is weird, golf is volatile. It's easy to miss cuts out there. I don't want to be in the same place as the masses. I am going to take a pass on Mav McNeely.
I haven't seen Kyle Porter in a hot minute, and now it all makes sense because of the way Jordan Spieth is playing right now. Rick Gehman, we appreciate it. Enjoy this week. We'll check in with you very soon. That is Rick Gehman, the host of the First Cut podcast. As I mentioned, the very latest podcast, all of the DFS advice that you need to know heading into the Pebble Beach Pro-Am. Make sure to download and follow.
Do you want a sports network that delivers everything that matters about the game? The highlights, the picks, the instant analysis, no yelling, no fake debates, no politics. Hit the subscribe button and never miss a moment.